Performer of the Week spotlight. This week we are going to turn it to women's tennis, where Katherine Ake is today's guest. She was the Performer of the Week from women's tennis. She led St. Norbert to a 2-1 week after winning all 6 of her matches this weekend, each going 3-0 in singles and 3-0 in doubles. Katherine, first of all, congratulations on the performances this week, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
So just talk about it a little bit. Obviously, you're a freshman. What does it mean to be one of the first performers of the week in this season and then really in your young career?
It feels pretty awesome. It's great to be coming in as a freshman and already having a successful season, and I'm just happy to be a part of the St. Norbert women's team because it's a lot of fun and it's a great experience.
So just talk about the performances a little week. Obviously, you've been very good all season, but just take us through 3 matches and 3 wins for St. Norbert, 2 wins for St. Norbert, but really successful for yourself.
Well, this weekend on Saturday we played Lake Forest, which is one of our toppest competitors in our conference, and we were really close. We lost only by 4-5. So the match was really close. So we were actually pretty proud of how we did. Me and my partner Ashley for that match won, and then I also won in my singles match. And then on Sunday we defeated Elmhurst College, and we also won St. Joseph's College, which is actually a D2 school. So we were pretty happy with that success, and we overall had a successful weekend.
So, obviously, I touched on it a little bit earlier. You're a freshman. Tell me what it's like to come in after playing in high school and then jumping right in and being right in the lineup as a freshman. I assume it's a different transition and a pretty tough one, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a transition. Some of the rules for high school tennis versus college tennis are different. I mean, the main difference is that in college tennis you get to play both singles and doubles, which is a lot of fun, and I'm excited that I get the opportunity to play both here.
So what is the big, you talked about rules differences. What's the biggest rule difference between high school and college for some of us that might not be into tennis too much?
I would say the main difference is in doubles, you only play an 8-game pro set, whereas in high school tennis, you would play a full 2 out of 3 sets, and the lineup is a little different too in college tennis. There's 6 singles spots that count for points and 3 doubles, whereas in high school there is also 3 doubles, but there is only 4 singles that count.
Now, sticking with the theme of you just being in college, obviously athletics is what we're talking about now, but it's much more than that, especially at St. Norbert with your extracurriculars, your classroom time, and then your athletics. What is it? How easy or hard was it for you to balance all of those things coming in as a freshman in the first year?
It's definitely an adjustment, and I'm still getting adjusted to it, getting in my schedule and staying organized. But we definitely just time management to find time to do homework, and so a lot of us will do homework on the bus, but we also find time to have fun on the bus too, and we'll play catchphrase and stuff. So it's definitely a balance of academics, having fun, and athletics.
And we're with Katherine Ake here, the Women's Tennis Performer of the Week from St. Norbert. Katherine, obviously you're going to have expectations both for a team and individually as the season goes on, but just for you specifically, what were your expectations coming in, and have they changed at all since the start of the season?
Well, my main expectation coming in was just focusing on making the team first of all, because there's St. Norbert has great depth as a team already. So at first I was just concerned with making the team, and then now I just want to continue being successful in both singles and doubles. So
now that's leading into the team aspect of it. I'm sure your coaches talk about it all the time with expectations and keeping things in perspective. But for you, what do you see as the team goal, and is it a week-to-week thing, or do you take it a little bit further than that?
I think we take it a little further than that, whereas we want to do well overall and continue our success and be successful in conference and further on in the season.
So one question I have is singles and doubles, obviously they're two totally different beasts. What are the challenges between going from singles at one point in the day and then coming back later and having to play with a partner and as a freshman learn with a new partner throughout the season?
Yeah, they're definitely different. There's different, you play a different way for both singles and doubles. For singles, I definitely am more concerned with my consistency and keeping it in my own rhythm, whereas in doubles, you want to more focus on ending the point. So it's definitely a different game, especially playing with a partner and knowing their strengths and utilizing their strengths with your own.
With Katherine Ake here, St. Norbert women's tennis player, the performer of the week from this past week in that sport. Katherine, we'll finish it up here shortly. I'm sure you have a ton to do, but what is the toughest thing about playing tennis? It's kind of an individual game, but you're also out there in doubles play with a partner. But what do you think is the toughest point or two about getting out there and playing tennis competitively in college?
I would say the toughest part would just be keeping a strong mental state of mind and keeping that mental toughness, because I find that a lot of my opponent's downfall is when they are getting angry at either themselves or at their opponent or just at how they're playing. They get down on themselves and then they don't play as well as they could be. So just keeping a strong positive attitude and then just making sure I'm having fun, and that will help me play better.
Well, Katherine, we want to thank you for coming on. We appreciate your time as you're busy with a bunch of things, but congratulations this week on being the Performer of the Week in women's tennis.
Thanks.
That was Katherine Ake, and this was the second edition of the Midwest Conference Performer of the Week Spotlight. You can catch this on the Midwest Conference website. It'll be up there, and you can also catch it on YouTube. There will be a link also in there to go there as you can look back at last week's and then prepare for all the ones in the future. We'd like to thank Katherine Ake for coming on and taking some time out of her busy schedule to talk with us. And we'd like to thank everyone here for tuning in and listening and watching the interview here live and hopefully in the past too. So thank you for everyone for coming on. Thank you, Katherine, for joining us, and hope everyone has a great week.